Okay, so number 3, nevila, carrion. So meaning the dead. Right? A kosher animal or fowl, the laws of nevila do not apply to fish. So, what does it mean? That if fish died, you can eat dead fish. There is no problem whatsoever with dead fish, right? But these animals you must slaughter. So 1 second, one more time. The kosher animal or fowl may not be eaten unless it is slaughtered in a prescribed manner. So meaning, so if animal dies by itself, so you're not allowed to eat. So in certain circumstances, if if a person under pressure and the animal is about to die, you actually can slaughter and eat it. Of course, our sages say don't do it, but under certain circumstances that would allow other people to do that. If there was no like sicknesses. Okay, so let's see. So if for example, if it's dying from old age or something. Okay, 24 commentary. Although it is not within the framework of this book, note should be taken of the controversy surrounding the question of dulling the animal senses before shchita. Dulling the animal senses before shchita is like, okay, let's see. It is our belief that the Torah prescribes shchita is the more humane methods of slaughtering an animal. Okay. It is from the Torah itself that mankind derived the concept of avoiding tsar ba'alei chayim, inflicting pain upon the living creatures. So meaning the shchita is the most the least painful, I would say, right? The least painful, the most humane laws of killing an animal, right? And from this we derive tsar ba'alei chayim, meaning that we're not allowed to torture animal. So if you need to eat it, right? If it's for food, okay, slaughter it fast, and it takes the whole shchita process takes. I mean, the slaughtering itself is enough, maybe a few seconds. 1 second, that's it. 1.5, right? So, and according to our tradition, the animal does not feel anything. Okay, and it's dead in that exact second. Okay. It is thus peculiar that over the last 100 years, many attempts, successful and unsuccessful, were made to prohibit shchita as inhumane to animals. It is even more so. I mean, these nations of the world, and sometimes there is a secular Jews among them, so they go against the shchita process, right? They don't care that their animals killed with a gun, they electrocute them, this and that. They don't care so much. But about shchita, they say that's inhumane. And then I think it was prohibited in some countries in Europe, for sure. It is even more bizarre that many of these laws were instituted in the very same countries that show themselves indifferent to the Jewish blood suffering. Right, that's all these European countries, right? So when Jews were killed, Jewish blood was spilled, they do not care so much, unfortunately. Now we kill a cow, they care so much they cannot live with themselves. That's a hypocrisy of the world at its best. Anti-Semitism wears many masks. In some of these countries, shchita was permitted, provided that the animal was stunned, either electrically or through the blow to the head beforehand. So they say, so first kill it and then do your slaughtering. It's this anti-Semites. Halachic authorities were unanimously in their refusal to permit shchita under these circumstances. It's not shchita, it's like dead animal. It's nevila, right? Several reasons were cited. A, requiring stunning of the animal would constitute acknowledgement that the shchita is self-inhumane. So if we agree, if we give in like even an inch, even one word, that's it. So we acknowledge, okay, so it's inhumane. So we're going to go according to what you tell us, Mr. Anti-Semite, and then we do according to what we think is good. Understand? That's of course we cannot give in. Acknowledgement of this untruth would constitute grave heel HaShem, desecration of the divine divine honor. And the second reason, a stunning of an animal may render it treifa, right? A sick collection of letters of Chaim Ozer Gradzinski, volume 2, page response. So Rav Chaim Ozer Gradzinski, I think he lived in end of 19th century and into the 20th century. I'm not sure when he passed, but he was from that generation. In the generation of Hafetz Chaim, the greatest rabbi. Okay. Looks like it was 24. Okay, so let's read this sentence one more time so we have continuation. A kosher animal or fowl may be eaten may not be unless it is slaughtered in a prescribed manner. Continue. An animal slaughtered improperly or an animal that died in any other manner is a nevilah and may not be eaten. So nevilah is a dead animal. So that doesn't matter how it died. So when it died, when the shochet does correct procedure with a knife, so it is considered. It's not considered to be nevilah. It's not considered nevilah. It's like on one hand it's dead, but it's dead on it's like not from the shechita, or it died from the shechita, right? But the shechita was improper. So, for example, the knife was not checked. The knife had some imperfections in that. So that animal would be nevilah. Okay, so the dead animal. Okay, so I don't want to confuse you, but it's like we were discussing challah and challah. Challah meaning the bread, and challah meaning the piece of dough that you separate from the. It's same concept that the dead animal, but it's challah as a piece of dough and challah is a bread. It's two separate things. So nevilah is a dead animal, and does not matter how it died. It died on its own, or it died from improper shechita. So it's forbidden. The laws of the shechita, slaughtering, are complex and discussed in Shulchan Aruch at length. Okay. The kashrut of the shechita depends on the type of the knife used, its sharpness, and the manner in which shechita is performed. So three things, right? The knife used, it must be very, very sharp and perfect blade, right? And the manner in which shechita performed. So just so we understand, this cow, I'm not sure how much the cow costs. Maybe I don't know, $10,000. I don't know. Right, so if this maybe 5,000, I have no idea. Well, let's say 10,000, a lot of money. So from his movement of a hand, like 1 second, 2 seconds, so he can lose all of this money. Of course, they're going to resell it, but it's going to be big loss for sure. You understand? That's how precise and trained this person must be. Like he has only one move. You cannot go back and forth. It has to be with one move. That's why the blade must be perfect and sharp. It is improper to pause or undue pressure during the shechita. So a pause you cannot do, right? And you cannot press. It must be cut, right? So all of these things during the shechita. Just 1 second. It is improper to pause. So if I mean, some time ago I learned with one of the groups the laws of the shechita. Of course, I mean it's when you read from the book, it's theoretical knowledge. It's not very even though they have pictures and stuff like that. it's not very comprehensible, but I mean, some things you can understand even from the text. So it's very interesting. So a person, an expert, can actually see right from the cut, from the just looking at the cut, and say, was it cut or was a shochet applied the pressure? So if it applied the pressure, it's like it was not cut, it was ripped, and if it's ripped, it's not kosher. So that's how precise everything must be. Okay. So upon top of just 1 second. Now so an improper pause and undue pressure during the shechita, the shechita act, or the use of the knife with imperfect cutting blade. So a little imperfection and it's invalidate the whole shechita. Are among the conditions that render animal nevila. So basically, as we just understand from here, so all of these people who are involved in this shechita process, they must be all God-fearing people, because when we get the piece of meat in a butcher store, in a supermarket, how do you know how it was? Like, you would not tell ever. So only expert who saw this place of cut, who saw the knife, he would say it's kosher, not kosher. And many times, I mean, the temptation is there to say, yeah, it is kosher, sure, absolutely. So that's why we don't buy meat from anybody, and that's why we pay for meat so much money, so that people could be rest assured. So if something that does not go well, no problem. Like, we're going to compensate you for being God-fearing. So we don't want these people who God-fearing just to go hungry and not able to feed their families, right? So of course we want them to make money, okay, and feed us with the kosher meat. So continue. Due to the complexity of these halachas and severe transgression involved in eating nevilah, only God-fearing, exactly, shochet, ritual slaughter, who has proven his knowledge of these halachas and his ability to do shechita properly, is accepted as a shochet. So basically, there is a special rabbinical certification to be a shochet, right? So I'm not sure, like maybe 6 months you need, maybe more. Like you learn all of the laws, like how to check the animal, how to check the body parts. Okay. It's very interesting. Okay. One more second. So as we say, God-fearing, and nevilah. So all of these people who say this, all of the naive people who say, but I eat chicken. Oh, I don't eat pig. I eat only chicken, right? Or I eat only cow meat. I don't eat other things. So yeah, it's very good that you eat cow meat, but one of the problem that it is nevilah. It's a dead animal. It is mandatory to require a prospective shochet to receive Kabbalah certification from the recognized halachic authority, attesting to his ability and knowledge, piety, and trustworthiness. So as we said, look, as we know, like this kosher meat costs a lot of money, and if person is not trustworthy, it's like what is the point in all of this? You understand? Because just looking at the meat, you never ever figure out that something is wrong. Okay.